addiction is a hard thing. Like, and if you don't know anything about food addiction, it's kind of like what I would imagine any other addiction to be like. Hey YouTube, it's me Sunshine from Fat to Fit Glam, and I am here today because I wanted to have a talk with you guys. I wanted to share with you guys my weight loss journey. I wanted to share with you guys why I made the decision to, you know, what some might call take the drastic steps to have somebody invasively cut me open or whatnot, whatever they want to describe it as. But I feel like this is a life-saving procedure that I have elected to do to save my life and to prolong it and to be a better, you know, member to society, member to my family, and, you know, just an all-around productive human being. So I'm going to share with you guys, you know, how long I've been overweight, you know, the effects that it's had on me, and yeah, so let's just hop right into it. So just to start off, I am 28 years old. I am 5'9" tall, and at my highest weight I weighed 328. Before my liquid diet a couple weeks ago, I weighed in at 305, but now I am glad to say that I am 300 pounds even. And I'm so happy, because at first I was not losing any weight on my liquid diet, but those 5 pounds came off and I'm excited, and yeah, I'm ready to move on to the next step. So anyway, I've been heavy all my life, ever since I was a child. I can remember my earliest I can't even think of the word, I forgot, but I can remember the very first time that I realized that I was heavy. I was in the 2nd grade, and my teacher, Miss Ruzy, she was teaching a math lesson and something about averages. She was teaching us how to average. So she had all 26 of us in the class, 25 of us in the class, get on a scale so that she could record all of our weights. So all my other, you know, classmates, they all went on a scale before me. They were about, like, you know, 50 pounds, 60 pounds, whatnot, you know, little kids, like thin children. And it came time for me to get on the scale, and I'm like 78 pounds. And I'm 7 years old, and I'm 78 pounds. And that's when I realized that I was different, because visually I could not see that I was any different than any other child, but on paper, seeing their weights at a smaller number than mine, and then mine was the only one that was larger, that put things in my juvenile mind in perspective. Then I'm like, wow, I'm a little bit different than everybody else. I'm a little bit bigger than everyone else. But I was never bullied or teased for it in school, you know. And after that realization that I was bigger than all the other children kind of faded away until I was in middle school. And, you know, all the other girls, they're filling out, they're getting, you know, curves, and they're blossoming, and here I am, the fat kid. Like like legit, my mom used to make me wear a girdle to school underneath of my uniform. I went to Catholic school, and, you know, I had on a navy blue jumper and a light blue Peter Pan collar, you know, blouse underneath of it, and knee socks and all of that stuff. And my mom made me wear a girdle underneath of my uniform dress, because I was gaining so much weight that, you know, and if you've ever been to private school or Catholic school or anything like that, you know that those uniforms are expensive. You can't just go to the store around the corner, well, at least not at the school that I went to. You couldn't go to the store around the corner and just buy any random uniform. Like, no, they had a specific place that they wanted you to go to, because they had a specific monogram and emblem on the uniform. So you had to go to that place, and they were pretty pricey. Like, one jumper was like maybe $125. So my parents was just like,
no girl, you better suck that in, because you gotta wear that jumper from last year this year, because we're not buying you another one. Like, no, it's just not what's going to happen.
So I was uncomfortable a lot of times, because I had to wear this girdle. I had to wear the girdle, you know, all year round. I had to wear it at gym time, and I started to feel uncomfortable because I'm noticing all the other girls getting attention and I'm not getting that attention. Granted, you know, people be like, oh, you have such a... My cat is so rude. She's over there scratching her toy. So rude. People will always tell me, you know, you have such a beautiful face, you know, you're so beautiful, you look so much better if you lost a little bit of weight, or, oh, don't worry, it's just baby fat, you'll grow out of it, you'll blossom, and, you know, you just going through an ugly duckly phase. And I'm just like, gee, thanks, appreciate that. So, you know, I was a little bit insecure, and I was kind of like, ugh, people just riding around blasting music, that's not cute. So I was always a little bit more insecure about how I looked, and I was a little bit of a gentle giant. Like, I was like, because my name is Sunshine, a lot of people don't realize, like, that's my real name. So because I was, you know, my name is Sunshine, people gravitated, oh, that's Sunshine right there. So I was popular by association, not popular because I had an outgoing personality. Like, I was really shy for a really long time. You probably can't tell now, but I was really shy for a really long time. I didn't really talk to too many people. The few people that I did talk to, they happened to be popular, so all of their friends became my friends, and I really felt like that probably attributed to the fact that I was never really bullied. Did I get teased a bit? Yeah, I got teased a bit. You know, I was the you know, the token fat friend, whatever. But bullied, like hardcore, like I want to kill myself bullied, no, I've never been there. And I am so blessed and so grateful to God that I did not have that experience. But, you know, growing up, it wasn't easy, but it wasn't tough either. So I kind of grew into, well, it ain't going nowhere, so I might as well just love it. And I started to fiend this fake confidence. Fake it till you make it. You might not feel pretty, but if you act it, you'll start to believe it. If you take care of yourself and, you know, stay well put together and present yourself as, you know, a lady, then, you know, you'll start to come into your own more. And that's what I did for a really long time. And I started to, you know, believe that I was beautiful, and I started to believe that, you know what, so what, I'm thicker, I've always been, this is just how God wants me to be, and I accept it. And then, you know, that's what my persona would say as I came out of my shyness or whatnot. But deep down inside, I've always felt like I did not want to be fat. I did not want to be overweight. I did not want to succumb to the stereotype that, you know, oh girl, you thick, whatever, like big is beautiful, girl, like you got curves, you got this, you got that, and our men, we love that. Okay, but on a cultural standpoint, I don't want to feel like, you know, I'm making excuses for my unhealthy behavior. And, you know, as I grew up and I matured and became a woman and started to see things from a different perspective, that perspective popped into my head. Like, I don't want to make excuses for my gluttony or my lack of, you know, my lack of education of food. So I started to try and work out, and I started to diet, and I started to, you know, kind of pay attention more into food or whatnot. But food addiction is a hard thing, like, and if you don't know anything about food addiction, it's kind of like what I would imagine any other addiction to be like it's really tough. Food for me was, when I was having a bad day, pizza was the warm hug that I needed, or ice cream was the shoulder I could cry on. And I know, like, everybody has those moments where, like, you know, especially like if you're going through a breakup, you cry into a bucket of ice cream or whatnot. But like, no, like legit every day I was eating my feelings, and I would say, I'm gonna go eat my feelings, and that was my thing, and I was proud of it, and that's just what I did. But I became a mother. I got pregnant with my daughter. She was such a blessing, and I really felt like, you know what, I gotta set a better example. I gotta do things a little bit differently. And, you know, life happens, and life kicks you when you're down, and when you're trying to get up, it steps on your fingers and knocks you back down again. But you gotta persevere. And that's the one thing about me, is I'm a fighter. I'm strong. Even when I don't want to be strong, I'm strong, and you gotta be strong. So, you know, sometimes I would go to food to get my strength, not for a nutritional standpoint, but I was emotional eating, and I know a lot of people emotional eat. And one thing that I learned from my surgeon is all eating is emotional. So to use that phrase, emotional eating, is a crutch, because all eating is emotional eating. And if you think about it, everybody, not just fat people, but everybody eats for a certain occasion. You eat when you're happy, you eat when you're sad, you eat when you're around a bunch of people, you eat when you're alone, you eat when you're grieving, you eat when you're celebrating. Like, emotions will tie into your food regardless of your health, you know, regardless of your weight or your body size or your body type. So that's a crutch for fat people to say, you know, I'm an emotional eater. People are blasting music, and it's just like, girl, like, please, I'm trying to film a video. So anyway, you know, emotional eating can become a crutch if you allow it to be, but you cannot allow it to be. Like, you got to be stronger than that. So anyway, fast forward to, you know, last year. I was at Panera Bread, and I went in to get my morning coffee before I opened my store. And I'm a regular at this particular Panera Bread, and because we're all in the same shopping area, so I'm a regular over there, and they know me, they know what I get, and I go in there, you know, frequently throughout the week. And I went in to get my coffee because I had a free coffee, and I'm standing there at the coffee station, you know, where you serve yourself or whatnot. And this man who I never recognized, I've never seen him in the area. I've never seen him in that particular Panera Bread before. So, you know, I don't know. I just notice people, like, because I'm very friendly. So this guy, he's walking up, and I'm reading his body language, and he just looks so like mean or whatnot. I don't know. He looked very concentrated. Like, I don't know. So he's walking by me, but he's paying attention to what I'm doing. And like I said, I've never met this man. I don't know this man. He does not know me. So I don't know why he's paying attention to what I was doing. And I was just like, okay. Worst case scenario, he's just like, oh, okay, coffee station. Let me go get a coffee. So he did go get a coffee cup, and he did come over to the station. And I used to like hazelnut coffee with cream and sugar. And so, you know, those little sugar packs, I never took like a bunch of sugar packs and just ripped them all open and dump them, because I don't want to have too much sugar in my coffee, because if it's too sweet, it's nasty. It's just yuck. So he's like paying attention to how many sugars I'm putting in my coffee that was granted to me because it was a free treat or reward from Panera Bread. And he says to me,
God, how many sugars do you want to put in there? Look at you. You're fat. Like, do you really need any more sugar? He was like, I'm a doctor. Like, do you see me? I got 0% body fat.
And like, he legit fat shamed me in the middle of Panera Bread. And I felt so humiliated. I felt so embarrassed. And that alone made it bad that he just, this complete perfect stranger felt the need to tell me about what I'm ingesting and what I should not be putting in my coffee that he did not purchase from me. But on top of that, he made it a racial thing. And he's just like, you
people, you always feel like it's okay to be big. And
I'm just like, you people, what does that mean? Like, sir, I don't even know you. But it's like, I'm trying to still remain above board, because like I said, I'm a retail manager. I work in this shopping area. A lot of the customers in this Panera Bread are my customers at my store. They know me as how I am right now, well composed, PC, you know, politically correct, friendly, okay? But even though I'm not on the clock yet, I still have to be above board, because where I am, their idea of me will change based off of my reaction, not even knowing what this man just said to me, despite the fact that he was extremely loud in the beginning, in the front of the Panera Bread. So I'm standing there humbling myself, allowing this complete stranger to say what he says to me, and I'm just trying to keep it like as above board as possible. Like, oh, okay, oh, you're a doctor. Oh wow, okay, all right. Like, trying to kill him with kindness and throw some sarcasm in the mix or whatnot. And he's just like, so how old do you think I am? Mind you, This guy, he's probably about like 6 foot tall, white guy, probably tans a whole lot more than what he probably should. He was a nice build. He wasn't muscular, but he wasn't like overweight or anything like that. And he had on like a golf shirt and some Docker shorts, I don't know. And he's just standing there, and he has like no facial hair, but he has a full head of gray hair. He's like, how old do you think I am? I'm just like, 55. He was like, I'm 56. How'd you guess that? Because you look old, sir. Like, what do you mean? Like, why do people feel the need to tell people what they should be doing with their lives and then ask stupid questions? And when I happen to answer this stupid question, which is completely asinine, and I hit it right on the nail, he probably expected me to say, oh, I don't know, you look about 40. No, I'm 57, 56. No, sir, you look 55. You look your freaking age. Like, you get no bonus points. You're coming over here telling me what I should and should not do with my life, and I've never met you a day in my life. A day in my life. So at that point, you know, I proceeded to, you know, clean up my mess, get my coffee, and carry on with my day and just laugh it off. Because when you deal with ignorant people like that, the best thing to do is to just let them think that they won. Because honestly, they are miserable. For him to come up to me and say those things to me, he's a completely miserable soul, and there's nothing that I can do besides pray for him. Seriously. I mean, honestly, and my fellow Christians out there, you guys know, like, your spiritual being tells you to just let it go. God got it. But your flesh is like,
girl, you need to go Philly on him. Like, you need to let him know, like, you can't talk to me like that.
And I was just like, you know what? It is what it is. He's going to say what he wants to say. He's going to feel what he wants to feel. Because anything that I say as a rebuttal is only going to vindicate him for thinking that whatever he thinks is accurate. So I just let it be. I did write a review to Panera Bread, and I told them, because I honestly felt like maybe I was just being petty. I probably was just being petty, but I honestly felt like the associates that were standing around, like, it was a bustling Monday or Tuesday morning, and all of these associates that work for Panera Bread were there, and people saw him literally ranting and raving at me, and they looked and they carried on. And I felt like, me as a retail manager, I would never allow my customer to be berated by another customer without intervening. So I felt the need to write to corporate, and I told them that I was unsatisfied with my visit. And they reached out to me and they gave me free stuff or whatnot, and they apologized immensely. They ran back the video. Like, this store manager, like, he was wonderful. He was like, yeah, you're always in here. He was like, I always see your name on, you know, the mobile pickups or whatever it is that they call it. He was like, I always see your name, and you're a regular, and you're a good person. My customers, my associates always have nice things to say about you. So, you know, I'm going to go the extra step, and I'm going to run back my surveillance videos, and I'm going to identify this guy. And if he ever comes back in here, I'm going to let him know that he's not welcome at all. And that's exactly what he did. He kept his word. He was a good guy. He ran back those videos. He saw the customer like maybe a week later, and he told him, like, hey, that's not cool. Like, you're not allowed to do that. Not in my store. That's not, you know, the right thing to do. So I say all of that to say that incident where I was fat shamed at Panera Bread kind of, you know, was the catalyst for me to, because my feelings were really, really hurt. Like, I didn't show it. I have a good wall. Like, I have a good poker face. Like, things could be really hurting me and I don't express them. But my feelings were really, really hurt. Like, I cried to my fiance and everything. But that was the catalyst for me to realize, like, and it had nothing to do with this man. It had to do with how I felt. I don't ever want to feel like that again. And I feel sorry for anybody that's ever felt like that. But I felt like this is not how I ever want to feel. If I can't just be a human being and live on this earth and that's not enough, then I don't understand people like that. But I'm like, you know what I can do is I can fix my health, because this weight is shortening my life. I have a 7-year-old daughter. You know, I have a fiance that I love so very much, and I have a family, and I have people that depend on me, and I don't want to leave them before I'm supposed to because of food. Food is not going to be the reason why I die. Like, it's just not. Food is just not going to be the weapon to kill me. It's just not. So I went to the doctor and he checked me out, told me I was diabetic. I did not want to take needles. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to start the ball rolling with this weight loss journey. And I immediately started researching bariatric surgeons. I found this really great surgeon, Dr. John Mylan. He's wonderful. Him and his wife is actually a nurse, but she's his bariatric coordinator. They are like some of the best people. Like, they're really, really nice. Their staff is just wonderful. And one of the things that I had saw in the they have like testimonial videos on their website or whatnot. I looked at them and almost everybody was saying, either they said it in the video or they wrote it down on their testimonials, that his office really brings you in and takes you on as their family. And honestly, that is what has happened. Like, they, you know, when I go there, it's like I'm going to my aunt's house or my grandmom's house or, you know, something like that. Like, I'm going to see family, and they care about me and they are concerned about my well-being right now, and they are looking forward to helping me prosper and fix my life. So I honestly felt like, okay, this is the place that I need to be, because I had made appointments with other surgeons in my area and I did not get that. I felt like I was just a patient with a number. I didn't feel like I was a person. I felt like it was just, they just didn't care. They didn't put forth the effort to care. So I went with my doctor simply because of the care that they gave, their dedication, their commitment to everything that they do. And yeah, it's been, and you know what, they took it a step further, and I know, like, this is probably what they're supposed to do, but they really educated me on what it is that I'm getting myself into. They didn't rush me. They didn't like, here, sign on this line, here, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get that, this is what you're gonna do, here, we need, like, they didn't rush me into anything. They made sure I thoroughly understood everything before I signed on for whatever it is that I was signing on for. So all in all, I started my process in November with my primary care doctor, and then I saw my surgeon, I think, the first week of December. No, I saw my primary care doctor in October. And those 2 visits that I had with my primary care doctor, those dates that I had with him went towards my insurance accepting my surgery. So I only had about like 4 or 5 visits with my surgeon, but truth be told, I only needed like 4 of them instead of the 6 with my surgeon, because I already had 2 with my primary. Does that make sense? You need 6. I put up 4 fingers and I say 6. You need 6 weigh-ins, supervised weigh-ins with a doctor or a medical professional. So yeah, my process wasn't really that crazy. It was a learning experience. I appreciated it because it gave me the time to figure things out, to learn my body with the diabetes that I have now, to just look forward and educate myself. That's the one thing that you have to do when you start this weight loss surgery journey. Educate yourself. Don't listen to other people whose aunts got the surgery. Don't listen to your neighbor who's telling you not to do it because you won't look like a bag of bones. Don't listen to those people. Listen to your doctors. Listen to the medical professionals that they put in your path to talk to you and explain certain things to you, and they'll give you resources so that you can learn different things. Listen to them. Don't listen to them. Listen to the people that really are invested in your success. So am I missing anything? Oh, I lost about 20 pounds. Well, now a total of 28 pounds throughout this whole process. I was supposed to initially have my surgery in February, but then my insurance company pushed it back by a few weeks. I was supposed to have it in April, but in February, shortly after my insurance company told me that they were pushing it back, I actually had a slip and fall accident, and I hurt myself pretty bad, and I was in the hospital for about 2 weeks. So because I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, my surgeon was just like, hey, you know what, let's get you all put back together. He was like, don't worry about rushing into surgery. That's going to happen. Like, that's That's a constant. That's something that's going to be there. Like, don't even worry about that. So he pushed it back till May, hence why I'm having my surgery May 3rd. But by the time you'll see this video, I'll have already had my surgery. I'll already had my I'll already be cut, pretty like that. Okay, so but I just wanted to film ahead because I know I'm probably not going to be feeling up to par, and you know, I just wanted to give you guys some content in the meantime until I get back up and running again. So if I missed anything, or you guys have any questions or concerns, or you know, comments or anything like that, write them down below in the description bar. I will comment back, and hey, if you guys made it this far in this video, because this video is extremely long, but if you made it this far in the video, you might as well thumbs it up, and you might as well subscribe to me, because you must love me, because I talk extremely fast. I talk too much, but you guys love that though, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here. So just go ahead and subscribe to me, and I appreciate you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.